Hello! The War Within pre-patch is here. If only it was the full War Within, eh? So, there's been a lot of changes going on with Fury Warrior, and today I want to talk about them with you. So, if you don't know me, my name's Javier. Hello. I usually do very, very beginner-friendly, but in-depth class guides for PvE and PvP. This is going to be a bit more shallow than usual if you are used to my videos. Why? Because it's pre-patch and we only have a few weeks of this rotation. This is generally more for people who you're likely already have all your gear, so stat priority isn't an issue, things like that. And if you are new, I'm going to show you the whole rotation, don't worry, but just know that it is going to change a bit in a few weeks because the War Within is coming. But if you want to have fun now while we're still in Dragonflight, this is the video for you. So a lot has changed. Is it better or worse? Honestly, for Fury Warrior, I don't really have an opinion on it. Like, I actually think it's fine. Like, Arcane Mage, I'm like, wow, I love the changes. Beast Mastery, Survival, Feral, I love all of the changes. On Fury, I'm really, like, on the fence. I actually don't know if I prefer it or not. I really don't think I prefer it either way, to be honest. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know what you think about this. So, I don't want to waste a lot of time going through like individual talent changes, etc. I really just want to kind of crack on and actually show you what we are now doing for these few weeks in this pre-patch period that we are in. Starting off with single target then. Basically, we want to line up these two first spells, Ravager and Recklessness. One's on a 1.5 minute cooldown, the other is on a 1.5 minute cooldown. That's why we're lining them up. Recklessness, go berserk, increasing all rage regen by 100% and granting your abilities 20% increased critical strike chance for 12 seconds, and it generates 50 rage. You can see here, rage is it's our main resource that we are generating and spending. So, Ravager, what does that do then? Throws a whirling weapon at the target location that chases nearby enemies, dealing damage. And deals damage beyond 8 targets, generates 10 rage each time it deals damage. So we're going to go in by using these two at the exact same time, so they're on cooldown together, and will come off cooldown together. After that, we want to get enraged. The way I like to do this is through Bloodthirst. Assault the target in a bloodthirsty craze, dealing physical damage and restoring your... If you have already got enough rage, 80 rage, you can also use Rampage to get enraged. Basically, you just want to get into enrage whenever you can. You can see that your Bloodthirst is now Bloodbath, and we are going to use that when it is proccing at certain points. So if we are enraged, we can use our Bloodbath here. We're then going to use Avatar and our Champion Spear and Odin's Fury cooldowns in that order, 1, 2, and 3. Avatar transforms you into a Colossus, causing you to deal more damage and removing all roots and snares. Champion Spear throws a spear at the target location, dealing damage instantly and an additional amount of damage over 6 seconds. Deals reduced damage beyond 5 targets, and anyone that is hit by it is chained to that location. It's really good in AOE, it's really good in Mythic Plus for chaining those enemies down, and it deals great damage in single target anyway. After that, we have Odin's Fury, unleashing your power, dealing massive damage and an additional amount of damage over 4 seconds to all enemies, again within 12 yards. Good for single target and AOE yet again. After that, we're going to be using Raging Blow. A mighty blow with both weapons that deals X amount of damage. Raging Blow has a 25% chance to instantly reset its own cooldown. Now, I want to cast your eyes to this talent here, Reckless Abandon. It is near the bottom of our talent tree. Recklessness generates 50 rage, and Rampage greatly empowers your next Bloodthirst and Raging Blow. So whenever we use our Rampage, so I want to be very specific here, left to right is your priority list. Raging Blow comes before Rampage, but only if the condition is met that we have the Reckless Abandon buff. So if we don't have it, like right now, you're actually not going to use Raging Blow. You're going to then use your Rampage. You can now see it's called Crushing Blow, and we have Reckless Abandon. Then we're going to use it, if that makes sense. And then we're going to go back to our Rampage. Does that make sense? So you're kind of like going back and forth from that. After that, we're going to use Execute, attempt to finish off a wounded foe, causing X amount of physical damage, only usable on enemies that have 35% health or less. We're going to use it at that point in the priority list. After that, it's going to be Raging Blow anyway, even without Reckless Abandon. After that, we can use our Bloodthirst. And then after that, we are going to use our Slam if we have nothing else to press. So again, use Ravager and Recklessness together, go into Enrage, whether that's through Bloodthirst. Really here, we're only using when it's a Bloodbath. Otherwise, I would use your Rampage. Now it's a Bloodbath and we can use it. Use your Avatar, use your Champion Spear, and use your Odin's Fury. Use any crushing blows that you're getting. Then use your Rampage. We've now got a crushing blow. We're coming back here to use Bloodbath. And you kind of see how the rotation comes together a bit more at this point. And then we're just kind of going down the list really until we're getting to like Bloodthirst and Slam if we've literally got nothing else to press. And that really is a single target rotation. It's fairly simple for, you know, for a warrior. It's a little bit more complex, I would say, than it used to be, but it's still fairly straightforward. If you don't understand how that goes together, put all your abilities in a row like I have here and just honestly just go through it in your mind. Like, what buffs are active? Okay, this is active. I'm going to use this. Let's go back up the line, etc. The only thing I didn't mention is charge. I would generally use this as you go into battle, generating some rage, maximum 2 charges, you charge into battle. Use this literally to pull as you are going into combat. And you do want to be enraged all the time. Your mastery is called Unshackled Fury, increases damage done while enraged by 51%, or, you know, depending on your mastery amount. But this is really, really massive, and that is where a lot of your damage comes from, is being enraged. If you do want to go into Mythic Plus and do like more AoE, a lot of these spells do cleave, and considering we're only in this rotation for a few weeks, you know, learning an entire rotation if you're not already familiar with Warrior may be a bit too much for you. What I would do is swap out Ravager for Blade Storm, which basically become an unstoppable storm of destructive force, striking all nearby enemies for damage, deals reduced damage beyond 8 targets. You're immune to movement, impairing, and loss effects, but can use defensive abilities and avoid attacks, generate some rage each time you deal damage. So basically, it's the AoE version of your Ravager. And apart from that, rather than using Slam at the end, I would just swap that out for Whirlwind, which you can see here, unleash a Whirlwind of Steel, striking all nearby enemies, dealing damage beyond 5 targets is reduced. And then, you know, your things like Champion Spear, etc., is going to be cleaving and doing damage to multiple enemies anyway. So a lot of that rotation is already actually fit for purpose. And that is really it for Fury Warrior in the pre-patch. As I said, haven't gone as in-depth as I do usually, only because not much has really changed overall with what we're doing in Fury Warrior. And because we're only in this rotation for a few weeks before, you know, Fury Warrior comes out for the War Within. By the way, when the War Within comes out, I will be doing Fury Warrior pretty much instantly. Even if you have pre-access, I'll have my videos up ASAP. I'm basically forfeiting my time playing the game so that, and actually having fun, so I can make these videos for you, which I do obviously enjoy anyway, but you know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is I will be getting these out all out ASAP. So do subscribe. If you want to see those, don't miss it. I will be doing PvP videos as well. If you want to get my UI, if you need any more one-on-one help, you can join my Patreon, which also really supports the channel, by the way. And if you are looking for other specs, click this playlist here, because I'm doing quite a lot of them for the pre-patch, and obviously I will be doing all of them for the War Within PvE and PvP. I basically don't even play WoW anymore. I just sit here theory crafting and practicing on the target dummies, etc. for these videos, which is actually what I really enjoy doing. So, you know, don't knock it, okay? All right, guys, I will see you in the War Within.